All right, what do we got going today?
Well, the usual.
Okay, so refresh my memory. What do you want me to do?
Well, probably about half of the top,
Okay,
and then we've been going real close on the sides.
you fade it down to a half, or
Yeah, we've been going pretty close to skin.
okay. So almost skin down in through here and fade it up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're just bringing this forward and just kind of kicking this up in the front wing.
Yeah, I mean more or less it's kind of like
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That sounds good.
perfect.
Did you just color it?
Uh,
Did you just recently color it?
yeah, refresh that again.
Does that feel okay around your neck?
It does.
Feels okay on the skin?
Yeah.
Just down just a bit.
So what do you think? Is it actually going to start cooling off?
Oh, it feels good.
Or is it just teasing us again?
I think it's pretty much done.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think it's too late to get too hot again.
Yeah, it feels like we've had a month where it just kind of cycles back and forth.
Yeah.
It feels real good, and then it gets hot again.
We got, I think, a pretty good, pretty mild summer.
Yeah, we really did. We had a good long spring.
Hopefully we have a nice, long, mild fall. And I mean, this, to me, this is the best time of year. September, October, November. Very, very nice.
It's just my favorite part of living in the desert.
If we could stay away from the wind.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I do love this time of year though. Especially the nights and the early morning. Really, really great windows down, go for a drive weather.
Yeah. didn't used to be my favorite time of the year. Spring and summer used to be. But now, fall is definitely, pretty much anywhere in the country is my favorite time.
Yeah, it grows on me. You been out on Mount Charleston or anything lately?
Not lately. I've kind of just stuck around here. I got projects going on at my house.
Kinda.
But how about you?
No, I haven't. I've just kind of been wondering how the weather is. Might be due for a camping trip. Unplugged for a couple days.
I like going up there to camp. Just summertime is just so full.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I go to Lee Canyon. I forget what that name of that campground is, but that's pretty nice. No power there, and then the one that's got power over on the other side, Kyle Canyon, I could never get into because
Oh yeah.
it's always full when I try to.
Well, and that one over there, cause that's on the like the lower part, right?
Which
When you're going in Kyle Canyon, the place that has, cause that's
Kyle Canyon's where the resort is, and then Lee Canyon's where the ski area is.
okay.
You usually get a spot over by the ski area. You've got the hilltop, and then McReynolds and something or other down there, just right below the ski area. That's usually where I stay. But there's no power or anything in there. That one, the one that has the power is Fletcher Campground.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of sites.
There's the one I really like. It's close to Hilltop. Before you get there, there's
On the way up the hill.
on the way up the hill. You know they've got like the really big roof site.
Yeah,
Um,
you got to go back in there quite a ways for that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Those
that's the one really I never really checked out.
those sites in there. I mean, other than being kind of pricey. I mean, obviously you don't have to take 20 or 30 people. Um, but they're really nice sites. It's so quiet in there, and
And it's pretty easy to get back in there.
it's easy to get back in there. And the way that they have all the sites set up, it's not overcrowded, but you can't see other sites
Oh,
from
that's
where you're
great.
at. The way that they have everything set in, kind of going up the hill. It's just a really nice quiet place to.
I'm gonna have to revisit that place up there in that one.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it every time I've been up there. It's not quite as foresty as some of the other ones. I mean, it's somewhere in between high desert and trees. But they have some decent
just go right past it, head up higher.
Yeah, Hilltop is nice too.
Yeah, I've stayed there a couple times. Okay, let's get it good.
And then the one down by the ski resort. That's like if you stay on the main road and you don't turn and go up the hill, right?
Yeah,
I don't. Have you been there since they expanded that?
yeah. One time I camped there since they've expanded it.
Yeah, it's not great during the summer months. Oh
No.
no, that it is so crowded.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, there's not a whole lot of options for people in Vegas to go. So,
They have such a high density of sites in there now. Like there's times of the year that it's not like that, but even in the summertime, man, it's like kind of dystopian almost.
yeah.
It's just like a subdivision of tents.
Yeah, I don't like that much. Well, I miss my van because I would just find an isolated place to park and not always have to worry about the campsite.
Yeah.
Unless go back to a van here pretty soon. Need to find the right one. I think. I don't know 100%, but kind of way I'm headed. I had a nice little full-size van, cargo van, and I loved it.
Yeah, it's kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah, just crawl in the back. I like the fact that I don't have to get out if I want to drive. Just climb back in the driver's seat and go. Still feels okay on the skin?
Yeah.
Not pulling your hair at all.
Nope. Have you done much camping or anything like hitting some of the sites as you've gone up north through the state?
Um, North in Nevada.
Yeah.
I a lot of times stay over in California, so when I go up north, I do stay. There's a little campground outside of Tonopah that's at a rest stop next free, right on the freeway, and then a lot of times I stay in Hawthorne. There's couple campgrounds there. You got to watch out if you stay in Hawthorne at Walker Lake though, because it depends on the time of year. They have really bad spiders. It's a migration of spiders up at Walker Lake, and it's really bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's down just a little bit further down the road in Hawthorne. There's an RV park that I stay at. It's called Whiskey Flats, I think. Whiskey Goes or Whiskey something. And that's actually a pretty nice little campground. It's just an RV park. It's not just right off the highway.
Yeah.
And it's actually really nice. I like that place because it has power and everything. And
I didn't realize they had migrating
oh,
spiders.
it's bad. I mean, they're not. They don't. I mean, they may bite, but they're non-poisonous.
And Hawthorne kind of creeps me out anyway, just mostly because of waterway. So
Yeah. I kind of like it out there, but it is pretty intense place with all those spiders, and then it's just kind of creepy with the military base in there. It's
yeah,
actually a decent town. I've stayed there a few times, and I've also stayed at an Airbnb there. Just rented a house a couple of times, and moved to two different houses I've stayed at there. Really nice. Have been really nice.
okay,
I actually looked at buying a place in Hawthorne, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. It was for a while there. It was very, very affordable, and the one thing I like about it is it's less than 45 minutes from Hawthorne to June Lake and the Lee Vining, and so you can get the best of California by still being in Nevada. That whole Mammoth Lakes area. That's usually where I go camping.
yeah,
There's Mammoth Lakes. There's a campground that I like to go to right in there. Mammoth Lakes Campground, I think is what it's called. And it's wooded. It's nice. It does get pretty darn crowded, but I just stayed there actually last month. I drove through Yosemite, and you gotta have a reservation in Yosemite for
oh yeah,
sure.
yeah. Don't they? Yosemite, don't they kind of do a lottery?
Um, well, you gotta have a reservation to even just drive through it. So, and I couldn't get a reservation to drive through it, so you have to wait until either before 6 a.m. or after 2 p.m. And I was camping in Redding the night before, so I just got up and timed it, and I actually got to the entrance of the park at 2:30 p.m. And then I had a reservation back in Mammoth Lake to camp in there. And I don't know how they work it, but it's not easy to get a reservation to even drive through it. Of course, I went the week after 4th of July,
Oh yeah.
and then I went the first week of August. Yeah, it's extremely busy in there. But it's nice. It is incredibly nice.
Yeah, I've never been.
That was the first time I went through it, and I'm going to go back. That's why I like the idea of Hawthorne, because if I could buy a place cheap enough, it's 4 hours, and then it's only another hour to get to Lee Vining and Mona Lake and June Lake. I don't know if you've been up in there, but that's really nice as well. And
Yeah,
June Lake
that
Loop,
area I've been through.
and then just a little bit further back south again, you've got Mammoth Lakes, and that's awesome. But I mean, unless you're really, really rich, you're not getting a place in those areas. Plus, it's California; the taxes kind of
Oh yeah,
add up real quick.
they sure do. So it's a beautiful state, and a lot of it has fantastic weather, but certainly certainly comes at a high price.
Yeah,
A lot of taxes, really high cost of living and housing.
I really like California. If I could afford it, I definitely would live there.
Oh,
But
for sure.
it's just impossible. And you got to watch it too, because I've looked into getting something up north, and You gotta prove. They try to make you a resident if you own property there. It's you got a bunch of hoops you got to jump through to make sure that they don't count you as a resident. And they really try to. Well, if you stayed here 90 days, you get, you're a certain percentage of the resident. We want that certain percentage of income tax. It's they're like that, and it's just
Yeah.
it's interesting how they try to, you stay there 1/4 during the year, they want 1/4 of your income tax.
Oh,
And
I know. It's expensive.
but Hawthorne is a good spot to avoid that. You can drive right over the little pass there and get right into that whole recreation area.
I didn't. I mean, I must have known, but somehow I didn't realize that it was quite that close. It's been a lot of years since I went that direction from Hawthorne.
The Goldfield's a little bit decent too because then you don't have to drive as far north. But if you go to Goldfield and
Well,
come back and
Goldfield's coming back.
yeah,
It's really.
but there's not a lot available to buy up there. I always have to buy something and have something that I can keep my stuff at. Yeah, but then if you had a place in Goldfield and you wanted to, take advantage of that 395 corridor, you can go through Dyer and come back into Lone Pine, and then you're right in the thick of it there.
Yeah.
Which is nice too. That pass though through Dyer on the way over to Lone Pine is, I don't know if you've ever driven it. That's the fastest way to get to Bishop and that area is to go up towards Goldfield and then take that Lida Junction and
Yeah, I've been through there once or twice.
yeah, it can be pretty dangerous. That road, it's got that tunnel in there
Oh
that's
yeah.
one lane and it's but I stopped going that way because the weather, once it gets to about October, try to make a trip over there once in the fall to see the trees over the Lone Pine and Big Pine and go up in the mountains from there and see the fall colors. Sometimes it happens the last 2 weeks of September, so it's getting close. Depends on the weather and the cold, because you get that elevation up there. It changes things dramatically.
Yeah. get a lot of fall colors and stuff as you go further north. I mean, like out at higher elevation towards the Bay Area, and like especially going up like Shasta and that.
Yeah. Camped up there on the way back from Washington State, 4th of July. It's so hot. Just extremely hot.
Yeah.
But I hiked around Shasta a little bit, Lake Shasta, with my dog, and that was a good trip.
It's not. It's pretty well maintained, just because of the flies going up. But it can get a little bit hairy through there in the winter. But one of my favorite drives is going through Shasta at night in the winter. It's gorgeous. I think I've probably seen that area more at night than I have during the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've definitely been through there numerous times during the day, but a lot of the time that's the tail end of a long day, going to go visit family.
Alright, sides and back look good. I just need to cut that top. That looks good on the side. You okay with that? like that. You know, I've taken different routes up to Washington, through Winnemucca, stayed in Winnemucca, and I don't do a lot of campgrounds because I had my van and then I had my camper on my truck. I did do some Airbnbs on the way, and then I stayed in Ely.
Really is nice.
Went up through Idaho.
Uh, really nice over in Elko too, but you want to talk
Yeah,
about a place that's expensive for not a lot of reason other than mines.
Elko,
Yeah, because that I mean their whole economy is
based on the
mining.
mining.
Yeah, so it's just
Yeah,
it's always been expensive.
I've stayed in that Holiday Inn Express and in the parking lot. A lot of times I'll stay in hotel parking lots with my van or my truck, just because it's, they don't really patrol the parking lot. So as long
Yeah,
as I get in there and
yeah, they don't pay too much money either. There's so many cars that sit there overnight. Yeah, Elko's a real pretty area though. It's also, one of the problems with Elko is it's pretty far
hey,
from anything. Though, too.
how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Good.
So I've known people that live there, and I mean, we would hear about them, going and doing their Christmas shopping or whatever, and it's kind of crazy the places that they're going to do that. Is that really like the closest thing? Yeah, well, I think it's pretty equidistant there to like Reno, Idaho Falls,
Yeah.
and all that.
Another place I've stayed a lot is Susanville, California.
Oh yeah.
That's nice. I can usually, if I'm trying to make it up to my mom's place fast, I drive usually from here to Susanville, stay the night, and then Susanville all the way to my mom's place. So it's a long 2-day drive, but
Yeah, it's a
from
long
here to
day too.
Susanville, it's, I don't know, 8-9 hour drive. Maybe
Yeah,
a little longer than that.
that's a nice area though.
Yeah, Susanville's great.
It really is. I think, man, just about any time that I've driven through there at nighttime, they always have, just right there Main Street, there's just like deer hanging out.
Yep. Oh yeah. Got to be careful because they are everywhere up
Oh yeah.
there. Just
Yeah,
hanging out in people's yards. It's very cool.
yeah, it's cool to see. They're all standing around on the sidewalks and at the gas stations. And it's kind of there. I've probably got a bunch of pictures from multiple occasions. But, depending on the time of year, that's one of the areas that I prefer to go to. Because if I'm going up there anymore, all my family's in Medford. So,
In Medford.
yeah. But it makes sense to go
Sure.
through there. Not so much in the winter months. Once it catches us, right? went to Washington, I forget. Is that Spokane area?
Um, the last time I went, I flew into Spokane and then drove. It's right in the middle of the state. I go to Wenatchee, which is
Okay.
right in the middle of the state. So if I fly, I go to Spokane. If I drive, I don't make it to Spokane.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I kind of cut over. I go through the center of the state. Okay, run your hands through that. That looks really good. Yeah, that works. Yeah, cleansing good. Yeah. Shed a little bit with this white shirt. Try to keep most of it off of you.